Yo, what's up guys? Thanks for watching this video. This will be the third episode of this series. Today we're gonna have a look at the skill 1.13 to create standard technical components to ensure consistent implementation across multiple deployment scenarios. For example, using the AWS architecture framework. Overall, it is such a big skill, almost cover everything in the exam. So in today's video, I'm going to use my way to let you understand what are the 6 pillars of AWS well-architectured framework when it is applied to generative AI workloads. And the 6 pillars are operational excellence, security, reliability, performance, efficiency, cost optimization, accessibility. It is totally impossible to make your first version meet those requirements. My recommendation is build your first AI application, make it running, and afterwards try to balance those 6 pillars. That's everything you should consider. Make it running first, make it exist first. Then let's have a look at the first pillar, the operational excellence. Overall, in my opinion, just in my opinion, the traditional software engineer is more like build a fridge. Since fridge is very reliable, once it is built, it is always working, stands there working. My fridge has already stand there for 80 years without any issue. Just like the code, as long as it works on the first day, it will continuously work until the last day. But for generative AI, it is totally another story. It is more like build a car. Since it has a steering wheel, you have to turn left, turn right, drive to lots of hills, lots of off-roads, and lots of issues may happen. So we have to design, build, and evaluate the performance, then deploy it, then monitor performance, then improve. It will be endless of work to maintain the AI agent has a continuously good performance. The good news is AWS have already prepared a lot of services for developers. And let's look at the details. And for this page, you don't have to remember anything. What I'm going to do is to make you feel that for each direction, we already have the corresponding tools, and those tools will have a more detailed discussion in the future skill video. And for the environment, we can use the CloudFront or the AWS CDK, and also, of course, use Terraform. For the version prompt and models, we can use the Bedrock prompt management. And for the evaluation, there are Bedrock model evaluation. And for the CI/CD, we can use the code pipeline or code build, or we can use GitHub Action. And also for observation, we can use CloudWatch, and the model invocation logs will also go to the CloudWatch to observe what's going on. And for the evidence back into the design, there is a guardrail to make sure the generated stuff have grounded evidence, and we can also use that function to let people get involved to make sure it is checked. I think that's all for the operational excellence. Lots of stuff, but don't worry, there will be more detailed skill mining in the future. Okay, let's continue to other pillars. The second one will be security. What I feel is this episode will be very, very boring. Since it is totally theory, and there is no practice can be demonstrated, and no skills, and also in the exam there will not be any. What is there any pillar, 6 pillar about the Gen AI? There's no such question. All questions will be focused on specific scenario and specific service. There is no question in this skill. So what I'm going to do is I quickly skim all the left of the 6 pillars, so you can have a overall feel of that AWS have already provided us all the necessary service to build up the Gen AI meets the requirement of 6 pillars. Okay, let's look at the security. And for security, to build a secure AI system, there are access parts, the cognitor to control the role, and the KMS to handle the encryption, private link to handle the transition between guardrail to block something, also make sure the truth is grounded. So also lots of service like this. If you finish this series of video, you will be familiar with them. When you are qualified to pass the exam and build your own Gen AI platform, you will be very familiar with them. But right now, I think it is very difficult for you to follow me based on my description to understand which is which. I can feel this, but I still wish this skill can give you an overall feel that there are lots of services, and in each scenario, in each pillar, just select the right service and you can build the platform. You must know it is existed. Then it comes to the reliability. Reliability refer to bedrock on demand when the throughout is not stable. It will be invoked on only one invocation happened. The orchestration is highly recommended to use AWS step function instead of using the long graph I have mentioned, because I use the long graph too much. I didn't pass the domain too. And for those stuff, just use those AWS highly recommended, which will all be included in the future skills video. But in today's video, it is too big since it cover all the 6 pillar, cover all the 5 domains here, as you can see. So that's the reason it is very difficult. Make the demonstration very direct and clear. So but I still wish I can give you a memory of there are lots of service for each pillar when building your own platform. And for performance, there are lots of service. As you can see, a lot of them are based on Bedrock. Since the most important skill to build a generative AI is to use the Bedrock. That's the most important one. Just keep that in mind. Just like for machine learning one, it is use the SageMaker. They are equivalent. Generative AI, Bedrock. Machine learning, SageMaker. And let's look at the cost optimization. For this module, theory is not that important. And based on my usage, yeah, you must deploy your own generative AI platform. And let me show you the. For last month, there are more than $200, but for this month, there's only $30. It is the lesson you gained from the real deployment which make you learn. But the highly recommended solution is to use more serverless, use the on-demand throughout, and yeah. Where is the skill? Oh yeah, skill. And for the sustainability, it's the same case. Just use the AWS officially recommended services, since those services are much more reliable than what you vibe coded in your own VS Code. Just use them, and it is highly recommended. So to use them, you must know them are existed first. That's the reason this course is existed. When you use the cloud code, you say, what I want is a chunk strategy. Then you don't know that the Bedrock can give you a serverless chunk strategy. You vibe code that by yourself, and the chunk will be less reliable than use the AWS services. That's just know that they are existed, then use them, and it will be much sustainable. than what you build by yourself. Yes, overall, these 6 pillars covers all the important parts in the 5 domain. I think if you understand the 6 pillars, I think you fully understand the 5 domain. But how is that possible? This is the 3rd skill, but to have a fully understand of the 5 domains, need you finish all those skills. So anyway, it is just a beginning. I wish I can let you have a brief understand those services are existed. So in the future, you know where to find those services, solve the specific problem. Overall, it is, I think that's all for today's video. To summarize this skill, it is totally, I think this skill is not important at all. There is no question about how many pillars in the generative AI and which is the right pillar. You don't have to worry about this, and if you do not know any of those pillars, it doesn't affect you build your platform at all. To pass the exam and to build your own platform, you must know the specific trade-off in specific scenario, not that theory. Overall, it is such a boring episode. I totally have no idea what to discuss in this episode. And for the next episode, it will be the video on skill 1.21 to assess to choose model. It will be much more interesting based on each scenario. I will see you in the next video. If you like my video, please subscribe. I will see you next time.